All right, this one says CEO salaries, and it says predict the shape of the distribution of salaries of 25 chief executive officers or CEOs. A typical value is about 50 million per year. I guess they make quite a bit, 50 million per year, but there is an outlier at about 200 million. And we're supposed to try to predict the shape of the distribution. Okay, so again, distributions can be symmetric, they can be left skewed, they can be right skewed. Okay, so this would be left skew, right skew. And this is symmetric. Okay, and so here we really have no idea what CEOs will look, their salaries look like, but we know that 50 million, so if I start off at 0, I've got 0 right there, 50 million, and then this would be 100, and I've got 150, these should be about equal width, and 200 million. Alright, so we do know that there exists an outlier somewhere out at 200 million, okay? And the quote typical is 50 million. So most CEOs are probably going to be somewhere close to 50 million. So we're probably going to have a peak somewhere around here, okay? Now, it's impossible for a CEO to make less than $0. Now, some CEOs, true, they don't take a salary. So maybe we'll have a couple CEOs taking 0 or very small salaries, modest amounts, okay? But probably most will have about 50 million. But we do know that there is someone who's out at 200 million, and this says it's an outlier, meaning it's not typical towards the rest. So if we had to graph this, it would probably look something like this. Okay, so we would have most CEOs close to 50 million or so, and some CEOs having way a lot more. Okay, and so this would be right skewed. Okay, most are over here, but we have a few outliers to the far right of the center. Okay, we know it's not going to be symmetric because we know we're not going to have any outliers far away to the left. Okay, it's impossible to go lower than 0. Somebody can't have a negative salary, so there's going to be no outliers over here to the far left. Okay, because smaller numbers go to the left, larger numbers go to the right. So for our CEO salaries problem, it's going to be right skewed. And this income in general, at least especially more recently, is something that's generally right skewed. Most people make, somewhere between $20,000 and $60,000 per year, $80,000. But then you have some people making millions and millions. And but in terms of salary from a job, nobody makes negative money from their job. So you'll have things that are typically right skewed when we're talking about income.